Hello students, good evening. So today's our topic is linear graphs. This is a quite small topic actually and quite easy also. Linear graph. So what is a linear graph? Before discussing our topic linear graph, we will be discussing about two or three concepts actually, two or three important terms, right? Let us you should know what is x-axis, like what is y-axis, what is abscissa, what is ordinate, what is coordinate, what is origin. So these are basically 6 terms actually you should be knowing before doing the chapter linear graphs, right? So what is x-axis, what is y-axis, what is abscissa, what is ordinate, right? So suppose if I give you a point, suppose if I say there is a comma 3, 4, right? Now in this example only, I will be explaining you these short terms, right? What 3, 4, if this is a point, right? The first part, the first thing, the first number, this represents the value of x-axis. This number, when you draw it on a graph, suppose this is a graph, say 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4. This is the x-axis. Let's see. Let's just draw a graph. Right? This is a 0 point. This is an x-axis. This is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. This is x-axis and this is y-axis, right? Now, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, 5. I'm just plotting some points actually to explain this example, how this example works, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Or if you go from this side, you know that on right hand side we have positive numbers, on left hand side we have negative numbers. On upwards we have positive numbers and on downwards we have negative numbers, right? So if I say 3, 4, this means the first point is called as, it should be represented in the x-axis. This is the point of x-axis, which is also called as abscissa. This is also called as abscissa, right? And the second number, which is after this is represented on y-axis. That's why it is called as ordinate. That's why it is called as ordinate. So what is abscissa? Abscissa is the point of the x-axis and ordinate is the point of the y-axis. Now when we combine this and it becomes 3, 4, this whole thing is called as coordinate. This whole thing is called as coordinate, right? So the point of x-axis is called as abscissa, the point of y-axis is called as ordinate, and when we combine this and it is written as 3, 4, 3, 4 represents the coordinate, right? So, right? So now how you represent 3, 4 on a number line? If I just example, 3, 4 means x is 3 and y is 4. X is 3 and y is 4. So we will just join this like we say like this, x is 3 and y is 4. So this point represents 3 comma 4, right? Now if someone asks you what is abscissa in this, 3 is the abscissa and 4 is the ordinate, right? So this is a brief introduction how this works, right? So what is abscissa? Abscissa is the point of x-axis and ordinate is the point of y-axis, and when we combine the abscissa and the ordinate, we form a coordinate. That is example 3, 4, 4, 7, anything. And this point where x and y both are 0, where x and y both are 0 is called as origin. Why? Here the point is 0, 0, where x-axis, where the abscissa and ordinates are 0, that point we refer as origin, right? So, got to know what is x-axis, what is y-axis, what is abscissa, what is ordinate, what is coordinate, and what is origin. The point where x and y-axis are 0, or where the abscissa and the ordinate are 0, that point is called as origin. Right? So let's do 1 or 2 examples on this. This will make you more clear. So, there is an example actually over here. A simple example over here, if I have to say, number of apples and cost in rupees. Let it say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 5, this is 10, this is 15, this is 20, and this is 25, right? So now we have to draw this on our number line. Okay. Yes. So this is our number line. This is called as x-axis. This is called as y-axis, right? Now x-axis is, you can take number of apples on the x-axis and cost on y-axis. You can interchange also, it's your choice only. We are taking like number of apples at x-axis, number of apples, it's a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And on left hand side we is taking as cost in rupees. This is how only you have to represent it. On x-axis we are taking as number of apples, and on y-axis we are taking it as cost, right? Now you have to plot it, let it taking but just keep one thing in mind, that this difference should be same in every case. This should be not, you cannot write like 0, 1, 2, then 4, then 8, then 20. No, it should be, the intervals should be same in all the cases. We will represent also, when we complete the graph, we will write a scale. Scale says that along x-axis, one big box equals to 1 unit, right? Why is this? Because on x-axis this one big box is equals to 1 unit, right? But if you don't write the scale, on 1 or 2 marks will be deducted from the question. So this scale almost carries 1 marks in your question. If the question is for like 5 or 6 marks, 1 marks is just for the scale, right? And along y-axis, one big box is how many? See, the intervals are almost same, like 5, 10, 15. It is also multiples of 5. So we can take it as 5 units. This is very important to write the scale. Very, very important to write the scale. Otherwise, you will not get the full marks in the question. If you are not writing this, you will not get, right? So I'm taking it as 5, 10, but just keep in mind that the intervals should be same everywhere. 5, there's a difference of 5 in all these, and there's a difference of 1 in all these, right? Now plotting our points, 1 comma 5. 1 comma 5 means this is 1 and this is 5. So we'll draw it like this. Right? You can draw it from dotted line also, or you can draw it from normal also. 1 comma 5. Then comes 2 comma 10. 2 comma 10 means x is 2 and y is 10. Means x is 2, y is 10. Right? You have to write out this is comma, this is 2 comma 10, and this is 1 comma 5. Right? Now 3 comma 15 means, now keep in mind this is 3 is x and this is y is 15. So take it upward like this side, like this. This is the point called 3 comma 15. Now if I ask you what is abscissa in this, 3 is the abscissa and 15 is the ordinate. Reason is x is the point, 3 is the point of x-axis and 15 is the point of y-axis, right? Then comes 4 comma 20. Now this is the point of 4 comma 20. This is 4 comma 20, right? This is 4 comma 20, and then it's like 5 comma 25. This is 5 comma something around like that only, 5 comma 25. Why? 5 is the x point and 25 is of y-axis, right? So this is how you represent a graph. You have to write this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Anything given the question, number of apples, you can take number of apples here also and cost here also. It would matter a lot, right? It should be same. The graph should be same only. You have to write the scale also, that how it is representing it. Now our chapter says linear graph. What is a linear graph? Linear graph means when there is a straight line coming in all the points. Like in this case, if I join this line, see, if I join this line from 0, it is coming in a straight line. It is coming in a straight line. So this is called as linear graph. Linear graph means that when all the points, when all these coordinates, this is called coordinate. 1 comma 5 is what? It is a coordinate. When all these coordinates coming in a straight line, this is called as linear graph. Suppose if I draw this graph and I say the points is coming like this, this. This is not a straight line. Why? This is coming there, then coming downward, then upward. So this is not a linear graph. One more example, if I say like point like this, this is also not. It should be in a straight line, right? So these points should be joined consecutively to form a linear graph. It should not be like upward or down. It should be completely straight line from the origin. This point is called as origin, right? So we will be doing one more question on this. So let's do one more example on this, which will make you it clear, right? Suppose you have to draw a graph also. Again, you have to draw a graph. Yes, the graph is side of square in centimeters and its perimeter, right? The graph is 2, 3, 3.5, 5, 6, 8, 12, 14, 20, 24. So, the question is asked you have to draw this line on a graph, and the question asked is it a linear graph? The question is it a linear graph? The question is the graph you form is a linear graph or not? So let's see when we draw this. So let's see again. Okay, this is 0 point. Take side of square 2 or 3, like over here I'm taking this side of square. Over here, this is x-axis. This is y-axis. And take perimeter over here. Right? This is perimeter. So this is x-axis, this is y-axis. So now 2, 3, 3.5, 5 and 6. I think we can take 1 unit as our scale, because I think it is easy to draw. These numbers are not that big actually. So we will taking these numbers as 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, 5 and 6. And we can also write it down also on the scale that along x-axis, one big box is equals to 1 unit, right? So along x-axis, one big box equals to 1 unit, right? And along y-axis, one big box is equals to, now it's up to you how much you want to take. It is 8, 12, 14, 20, 24. I think it's easy to take as 4, because almost the 4 numbers are coming in a table of 4, like 0, 4, 8 and 14 will come in between 12 and 16. It is easy. So we can take it as 4 units. It is easy to draw. It depends on, you can take 1 unit also, you can say 1, 2, 1 unit also over here, but it is 24 number is quite big actually, so it will go a bit longer. That's why you can take 10 units also, then the graph will be a bit small. That's why I think it is easier. You can take 2 units also as one big box at 2 units, then also you can have to draw 12 points, right? So we are taking it as 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, right? So 2, 8. So what is x-axis? X is 2, y is 8. So this will be like this. This point is 2, 8, right? 3, 12. 3 is this and 12 is this. So will be like this. This is 3, 12, right? Next is 3.4, 14. Where is 3.5? 3 point will be between 3 and 4. Let it be over here. 3.5, 14. Where will be 14? 14 will be between 12 and 16. Let it be, this is 14. In between. So we can join now. Something like this. This is gonna be 3.5, 14, right? Then comes 5, 20. This is 5. This is 20. we can draw 5 comma 20, right? And then comes 6 comma 24. This is 6, this is 24. This is 6 comma 24, right? So this is how we represent it on our graphs, right? So now the question they have asked is this a linear graph? When it is called a linear graph, if you start from the point of origin and if you get a straight line in this, then only you can say it as a linear graph. So let's see whether it is joining a straight line. Yes. So I think you will be getting a straight line because maybe I think it looks a bit different over here. When you draw it on your notebook with a proper scale, I think it will be joining a straight line. So your answer will be yes, it is a linear graph. So this is all about the linear graph, right? So what are the important points over here? What is x-axis? What is y-axis? What is abscissa? The point of x-axis is called as abscissa and the point of the y-axis is called as ordinate, and when you combine these points it will become a coordinate. And what is origin? The point where the x and the y-axis is 0, where 0 comma 0, this is point called as 0 comma 0, where the x and y axis is 0, or you can say where the abscissa or the ordinate is 0, this is called as 0 comma 0, right? So I hope this short topic is clear to everyone. Okay, thanks.